in 1604, Othello ranks alongside Hamlet, Macbeth, and King Lear as one of the greatest of the tragedies. It is no surprise that in his classic work, Shakespearean Tragedy, the great authority A.C. Bradley selected Othello as one of the greatest of the tragedies. The play is about the downfall of a high-ranking military commander in the Venetian service, Othello. Jealousy is the main theme, but there are clearly a number of other issues. To help us unravel the mysteries of Othello, I asked Dr. Russell Jackson of the Shakespeare Institute here in Stratford.
I think Othello is one of the great tragedies of love because it's got so many commonplace, ordinary things in it, as well as passionate expression of love at the centre. And it has so many complications to do with the attitudes to race, to relations between the sexes, to social status, and to profit and how people profit from each other.
Iago!
What sayest thou, noble heart?
What will I do, thinkest thou?
Why, go to bed and sleep.
I will incontinently drown myself.
If thou dost, I shall never love thee after. Oh, thou silly man.
It is silliness to live when to live is torment. What should I do? I confess it is my shame to be so fond, but it is not in my virtue to amend it.
Virtue? A fig. Come, be a man. Drown thyself, drown cats and blind puppies. I have confessed thee my friend. I could never better stead thee than now. Put money in thy purse. Follow thou these wars. I say, put money in thy purse. It cannot be that Desdemona should long continue her love for the Moor. Therefore, put money in thy purse. When she is sated with his body, she will find the error of her choice. Therefore, make money. If thou must needs damn thyself, do it a more delicate way than drowning. Make all the money thou canst. If a frail vow betwixt an erring barbarian and a super-subtle Venetian not too hard for my wits and all the tribe of hell, thou shalt enjoy her. Therefore, make money. Go to.
It's very difficult to work out what, if anything, motivates Iago in his campaign, as it virtually is, against Othello. Various motives seem to be suggested in the course of the play, that he's jealous of Cassio's promotion to the lieutenancy, for example, that he suspects that Othello has been unfaithful with Emilia, Iago's wife, that he himself, Iago himself, desires Desdemona. But this very multiplicity of motives makes it difficult, I think, to believe any of them. My own feeling is that Iago is evil because he's evil.
I hate the Moor. And 'tis thought abroad that twixt my sheets he hath done mine office. I know not if it be true, but I, for mere suspicion of that kind, will do as if for surety. He holds me well, the better for my purpose to work on him.
Iago seems to have a different motivation every time he talks to us, and he talks to us a lot. Iago takes the audience into his confidence. At times, he's almost a presenter of the play's events to us, the audience, in the same way that he constructs scenes and presents them to Othello within the play. And Iago is somebody who's infinitely resourceful in finding good explanations for everything he does.
I have told thee often, and I tell thee again and again, I hate the Moor. My cause is hearted. Thine should have no less reason. We should be conjunctive in our revenge against him. If thou canst cuckold him, thou dost thyself a pleasure, me a sport. There are many events in the womb of time that shall be delivered. Traverse, go, make money.
Shakespeare gets beneath the skin of the characters. He stares into the very soul of man and seems to view the world from a myriad of different perspectives all at once. The character Othello is a perfect example. He is a formal part of Venetian society, but because he is black, he also sits outside the mainstream, a position still reflected today.
Othello is somebody who lives, presumably, by making the right decision as a general. And I think it's significant that Iago's famous, some people call it temptation, but certainly his persuasion of Othello that to be jealous about his wife might be a good idea, takes place in the middle of the ordinary concerns of being a general, looking at fortifications, sorting out what needs to be done. Very often on stage they're making up accounts or looking at lists of things together or looking through an armoury or something like that. So Othello is somebody who is prized by the Venetian state because he's a very good general, and you get to be a general by keeping your head when all around you are losing theirs. And then here's this man who in his straightforward love relationship with a woman is easily persuaded to forget or to forego all that cold, logical analysis.
I speak not yet of proof. Look to thy wife. Observe her well with Cassio. Wear your eye thus, not jealous or secure. I do know our country disposition well. In Venice they do let heaven see the pranks they dare not show their husbands. Their best conscience is not to leave it undone, but to keep it unknown.
Dost thou say so?
She did deceive her father marrying you, and when she seemed to shake and fear your looks, she loved them most.
And so she did.
Why, go to then. She that, so young, could give out such a seeming as to seal her father's eyes up close as oak, he thought 'twas witchcraft. But I am much to blame. I humbly do beseech you of your pardon for too much loving you.
I am bound to thee forever.
I see this hath a little dashed your spirits.
Not a jot. Not a jot.
I' faith, I fear it has. I hope you will consider what is spoke comes from my love. My lord, I do see you're moved. I am to pray you not to strain my speech to grosser issue nor to larger reach than to suspicion.
I will not.
Should you do so, my lord, my speech should fall into such vile success as my thoughts aim not at. Cassio is my worthy friend. My lord, I see you're moved.
No, not much moved. I do not but think Desdemona's honest.
Long live she so, and long live you to think so.
And yet, how nature erring from itself.
Aye, there's the point. For, as to be bold with you, not to enter into any marriage of her own clime, complexion, and degree, whereto we see in all things nature tends. Faugh! One may smell in such a will most rank foul disproportion, thoughts unnatural. But pardon me, I do not in position distinctly speak of her, though I may fear her will, recoiling to her better judgment, may fall to match you with her country forms, and happily repent.
Farewell, farewell. If more thou dost perceive, let me know more. Set on thy wife to observe. Leave me, Iago.
My lord, I take my leave.
Although Othello is a strong and valiant man, he appears to be very easily manipulated by the machinations of Iago. Given this fact, we can be forgiven for believing that the fiery character of Othello is his downfall, and subsequently that of Desdemona.
Desdemona could have behaved more tactfully, couldn't she? I think the scene in which she contributes most clearly to her own downfall is that in which she actually nags Othello to forgive Cassio. She hammers the point home, and if only one feels she'd been a little more discreet about that, well, we might have ended up not with a tragedy.
Be thou assured, good Cassio, I will do all my abilities in thy behalf.
Oh, good madam, do. I warrant it grieves my husband as if the case were his.
Oh, that's an honest fellow. Do not doubt, Cassio, but I will have my lord and you again as friendly as you were.
Bounteous madam, whatever shall become of Michael Cassio, he's never anything but your true servant.
Madam, here comes my lord.
Madam, I'll take my leave.
Ha, I like not that.
What dost thou say?
Nothing, my lord, or if I know not what.
Was not that Cassio parted from my wife?
Cassio, my lord? No, sure. I cannot think it that he would steal away so guilty-like, seeing you coming.
I do believe 'twas he.
How now, my lord? I have been talking with a suitor here, a man that languishes in your displeasure.
Who is do you mean?
Why, your Lieutenant Cassio. Good my lord, if I have any grace or power to move you, his present reconciliation take. For if he be not one that truly loves you, that errs in ignorance and not in cunning, I have no judgment in an honest face. I prithee, call him back.
Went he hence now?
I, sooth, so humbled that he hath left part of his grief with me to suffer with him. Good love, call him back.
Not tonight, sweet Desdemona, some other time.
But shall it be shortly?
The sooner, sweet, for you.
Shall it be tonight at supper?
No, not tonight.
Tomorrow dinner, then?
I shall not dine at home. I meet the captains at the Citadel.
Why then tomorrow night? Or Tuesday morn? On Tuesday noon? Or night? On Wednesday morn? I prithee, name the time. But let it not exceed 3 days. In faith, he's penitent.
Prithee no more. Let him come when he will, I will deny thee nothing. Whereon I do beseech thee to grant me this, but to leave me but a little to myself.
Shall I deny you? No. Farewell, my lord.
Farewell, my sweet Desdemona. I'll come to thee straight.
Amelia, come. Be as your fancies teach you. Whate'er you be, I am obedient.
Excellent wretch. Perdition catch my soul, but I do love thee. When I love thee not, chaos is come again. Desdemona may appear to be the innocent victim, but it could be argued that she does in some way contribute to her own downfall. Again, we ask Russell Jackson.
Desdemona contributes to her own downfall to a certain extent, partly because she's innocent in the sense of not knowing certain things. She insists on reinstating Cassio. She nags Othello about it, to use a sort of slightly sexist verb. She won't let it go. And at the same time, Desdemona can't comprehend how all the gestures of subordination that she constantly and dutifully makes to Othello can be misread. The scene, for example, where Othello slaps Desdemona in public is one of the most shocking in the play, because he has just shown his obedience to the Venetian state. He takes this scroll of paper and says, "I kiss the instrument of their pleasures." I don't think that's a bawdy joke, but still. And so he takes this piece of paper, this commission, and then he treats Desdemona like dirt. And he treats her in a way that is shocking to everybody on stage, who's just arrived from Venice, as it were, bringing Venice onto the stage with them.
Save you, worthy general.
With all my heart, sir.
The Duke and Senators of Venice greet you.
I kiss the instrument of their pleasures.
And what's the news, good cousin Lodovico?
I'm very glad to see you, sir. Welcome to Cyprus.
I thank you. How does Lieutenant Cassio?
Lives, sir.
Cousin, there's fallen between him and my lord an unkind breach. But you shall make all well.
Are you sure of that?
My lord?
This fair...
He did not call. He's busy in the paper. Is there division twixt my lord and Cassio?
A most unhappy one. I would do much to atone them for the love I bear to Cassio.
Fire and brimstone.
My lord.
Are you wise?
What? Is he angry?
Maybe the letter moved him. For as I think, they do command him home, deputing Cassio in his government.
Trust me, I am glad on it.
Indeed.
My lord?
I'm glad to see you mad.
Why, sweet Othello.
Devil! I
have not deserved this.
Lord, This would not be believed in Venice, though I should swear I saw it. 'Tis very much. Make her amends. She weeps.
Devil! Devil! If that the earth could teem with woman's tears, each drop she falls would prove a crocodile! Out of my sight!
I will not stay to offend you.
I do beseech your lordship. Call her back.
Mistress! What would you with her, sir?
Who I, my lord?
Aye, sir. You did wish that I would make her turn. Sir. She can turn and turn and yet go on and turn again. And she can weep, sir, weep. And she's obedient, as you say, obedient, very obedient. Proceed you in your tears. Concerning this, sir, oh, well-painted passion. I am commanded home. Get you away, I will send for you anon. Sir, I obey the mandate and will return to Venice. Hence. Avaunt! Cassio shall have my place. And, sir, tonight I do entreat that we may sup together. You are welcome, sir, to Cyprus. Othello is the victim of a number of overt racial slurs. Of course, Shakespeare wrote for a different society from the one we know today. But how can a modern audience rationalize the vicious nature of the racial language in Othello?
For modern audiences, the blackness of Othello is very much complicated by modern social issues, by racial and social issues of the present day. In some ways, I think they're a help in the sense that they mean that we are less likely, perhaps, than the Victorians were, to have any sort of prejudice against Othello because of his race or because of his colour. There were such prejudices in earlier days, and some of the earlier critics of the play felt that Shakespeare was quite wrong, indeed, to present a black man who married a white woman in Desdemona. This is not something that we're at all likely to feel nowadays.
Othello is an easy target for some of the basest and worst kind of racial abuse. Now, making him somebody who rises above the pettiness of others is very important. And the difficulty nowadays, and the danger in the play, but at the same time some of its excitement, is that for an actor, a black actor, to play Othello without seeming to endorse the idea of black men being angry, more passionate, more gullible than people who aren't black, is something that gives the play an edge, but at the same time a degree of difficulty, of danger.
It is the cause. It is the cause, my soul. Let me not name it to you, you chaste stars. It is the cause. Yet I'll not shed her blood, nor scar that whiter skin of hers than snow, and smooth as monumental alabaster. Yet she must die, else she'd betray more men. Put out the light, and then put out the light. If I quench thee, thou flaming minister, I can thy former light restore, should I repent me. But once put out thy light, thou cunning pattern of excelling nature, I know not where is that Promethean heat that can thy light relume. Balmy breath, thou dost almost persuade justice to break her sword. One more. Be thus when thou art dead, and I will kill thee and love thee after. One more, and this the last. So sweet was ne'er so fatal. I must weep. But they are cruel tears, this sorrow's heavenly. It strikes where it doth love. She wakes.
Who's there? Othello?
Aye, Desdemona.
Will you come to bed, my lord?
Have you prayed tonight, Desdemona?
Aye, my lord.
If you bethink yourself of any crime, unreconciled as yet to heaven and grace, solicit for it straight.
Alas, my lord, what do you mean by that?
Do it and be brief. I will walk by. I would not kill thy unprepared spirit. No, heaven forfend, I would not kill thy soul.
Talk you of killing?
Aye, I do.
Then heaven have mercy on me.
Amen, with all my heart.
If you say so, I hope you will not kill me. And yet, I fear you.
Think on thy sin.
They are loves I bear to you.
Aye, and for that thou diest.
A death's unnatural that kills for loving. Alas, why gnaw you so your nether lip? Some bloody passion shakes your very frame. These are portents, but yet I hope they do not point on me.
Peace and be still.
I will so. What's the matter?
That handkerchief which I so loved and gave thee, thou gavest to Cassio!
No, by my life and soul, send for the man and ask him.
Sweet soul, take heed of perjury. Thou art on thy deathbed.
Aye, but not yet to die?
Yes, presently. Therefore confess thee freely of thy sin. For to deny each article with oath cannot remove nor choke the strong conception which I do groan withal. Thou art to die.
Then Lord have mercy on me.
I say amen.
And have you mercy too. I never did offend you in my life. Never loved Cassio, but with such general warranty of heaven as I might love, I never gave him token.
By heaven! I saw my handkerchief in his hand! Oh, perjured woman! Thou dost stone my heart and makest me call what I intend to do a murder, which I thought a sacrifice. I saw the handkerchief!
He found it then! I never gave it him. Send for him hither, let him confess a truth.
He hath confessed.
What, my lord?
That he hath used thee.
How? Unlawfully.
Aye.
He will not say so.
No, his mouth is stopped. Honest Iago hath ta'en order for it.
Oh, my fear interprets. What is he dead?
Had all his hairs been lives, my great revenge had stomach for them all.
Alas, he is betrayed, and I undone.
Out, strumpet! Weepest thou for him to my face?
Oh, banish me, my lord, but kill me not.
Down, strumpet.
Kill me tomorrow. Let me live tonight.
Nay, if you strive.
But half an hour.
Being done, there's no pause.
But while I say one prayer.
'Tis too late. What noise is this? Not dead. Not yet quite dead.
Desdemona dies a victim's death. It's very pathetic. She dies nobly. She dies forgiving her husband, denying even that he had killed her. But Othello also is a victim. He's the victim of Iago. And it's Emilia who brings that home to the audience as it gradually dawns on her, finally, how wicked a man her own husband is.
In the final scene, when Emilia realizes the full extent of Iago's ignominy, she realizes it, as it were, simultaneously with Othello. She's the one who's battering at the door to get in. She's the one who's rebuking Othello for being so stupid. And then she's the one who is silenced by Iago, first verbally and then physically. He tries to silence her by killing her. That's very shocking, but it's also, if you like, the nadir, the lowest point of male-female relationships in the play.
Oh, Amelia, come in. What's the matter with thee now?
Oh, my good lord, yonder's foul murder's done.
What now?
But now, my lord.
'Tis the very error of the moon. She comes more nearer earth than she was wont, and makes men mad.
Cassio, my lord, hath killed a young Venetian called Rodrigo.
Rodrigo killed and Cassio killed?
No, Cassio is not killed.
Not Cassio killed. Then murder's out of tune, and sweet revenge grows harsh.
Oh, falsely murdered.
Alas, what cry is that?
That what?
Out, and alas, that is my lady's voice. Help!
Oh, lady, speak again. Sweet Desdemona, sweet mistress, speak. Who hath done this deed? Nobody. I myself. Commend me to my kind lord.
Why? How should she be murdered?
Alas, who knows?
You heard her say herself 'twas not I.
She said so. I must needs report the truth.
She's like a liar gone to burning hell. 'Twas I that killed her.
Oh, the more angel she, and you the blacker devil.
She turned to folly, and she was a whore.
Thou dost belie her, and thou art devil.
She was false as water.
Thou art rash as fire to say that she was false, or she was heavenly true.
Cassio did top her. Ask thy husband else. Oh, I would damn beneath all depth in hell, but that I did proceed upon just grounds to this extremity. Thy husband knew it all.
My husband.
Thy husband.
That she was false to wedlock.
Aye, with Cassio. Nay, had she been true. If heaven would make me such another world of one entire and perfect chrysolite, I'll not have sold her for it.
My husband.
Aye, it was he who told me first. An honest man he is, and hates the slime that sticks on filthy deeds.
My husband!
What needs this iteration, woman? I say thy husband!
Oh, mistress villainy hath made mocks with love. My husband say that she was false?
He, woman! I say thy husband. Dost understand the word? My friend, thy husband, honest Iago.
If he say so, may his pernicious soul rot half a grain a day. He lies to the heart. Oh, she was too fond of her most filthy bargain. Do thy worst. This deed of thine is no more worthy heaven than thou wast worthy her.
Peace you were best.
Thou hast not half that power to do me harm as I have to be hurt. Oh, dolt, as ignorant as dead, thou hast done a deed. I care not for thy blade. I'll make thee known, though I lost 20 lives. Help! The Moor hath killed my mistress! Murder! Murder!
So, there we are. Othello. I think it's one of the greatest. But to conclude, we asked our academics if they could sum up the reasons why they considered it to be so.
The greatness of Othello lies partly in its representation of opposing forces in human nature, the forces of good and evil. To put it like that sounds very abstract, and these forces are embodied very strongly in human beings in the play. But underneath the surface of the play, there is this war between good and evil. This is something which is important to people at every level of their lives. We are all conscious, aren't we, of evil in human beings, the possibility of evil within ourselves, the possibility of virtue as well, the fact that evil can overcome virtue, but nevertheless virtue can declare itself in fighting against evil.
Othello is a play of everyday life, but it's a play that goes further than that. It's a thriller. It's a play with, if you like, circumstantial evidence in it, something being unpicked and uncovered, but it's also got frightening depths about human motivation and extraordinary language that no one can ever quite explain. It's resonant and it's persuasive, and some of it's very beautiful.
'Tis destiny unshunnable, like death. Even then, this forked plague is fated to us when we do quicken. If she be false, oh, then heaven mocks itself. I'll not believe it.
It's very difficult to work out what, if anything, motivates Iago in his campaign, as it virtually is, against Othello. Various motives seem to be suggested in the course of the play, that he's jealous of Cassio's promotion to the lieutenancy, for example, that he suspects that Othello has been unfaithful with Emilia, Iago's wife, that he himself, Iago himself, desires Desdemona. But this very multiplicity of motives makes it difficult, I think, to believe any of them. My own feeling is that Iago is evil because he's evil.
I hate the Moor, and 'tis thought abroad that twixt my sheets he hath done mine office. I know not if it
Written in 1604, Othello ranks alongside Hamlet, Macbeth, and King Lear as one of the greatest of the tragedies. It is no surprise that in his classic work, Shakespearean Tragedy, the great authority A.C. Bradley selected Othello as one of the greatest of the tragedies. The play is about the downfall of a high...
noble art.
What will I do, thinkest thou?
Why, go to bed and sleep.
I will incontinently drown myself.
Thou dost, I shall never love thee after. Oh, thou silly man.
It is silliness to live when to live is torment. What should I do? I confess it is my shame to be so fond, but it is not in my virtue to amend it.
Virtue? A fig. Come, be a man. Drown thyself. Drown cats and blind puppies. I have confessed thee my friend. I could never better stead thee than now. Put money in thy purse. Follow thou these wars. I say, put money in thy purse. It cannot be that Desdemona should long continue her love for the Moor. Therefore, put money in thy purse. When she is sated with his body, she will find the error of her choice. Therefore, make money. If thou must needs damn thyself, do it a more delicate way than drowning. Make all the money thou canst. If a frail vow betwixt an erring barbarian and a super subtle Venetian, not too hard for my wits and all the tribe of hell, thou shalt enjoy her. Therefore, make money, go to.
High-ranking military commander in the Venetian service, Otelo. Jealousy is the main theme, but there are clearly a number of other issues. To help us unravel the mysteries of Othello, I asked Dr. Russell Jackson of the Shakespeare Institute here in Stratford.
I think Othello is one of the great tragedies of love because it's got so many commonplace, ordinary things in it, as well as a passionate expression of love at the centre. And it has so many complications to do with the attitudes to race, to relations between the sexes, to social status, and to profit and how people profit from each other.
Iago!
What sayest thou?